I am Sophia Wawero. I work with Copia Kenya. Copia Kenya is an e-commerce platform where you get to shop and we deliver mashinani. Nununua tutafikisha mashinani. And today is a very exciting day for us. We have over 33,000 agents and we lately got to attain 1 million customers. And today we are at Kahawa West in Kiamombi, where we're hosting our 1 millionth customer who got to shop with us, a packet of tissues. And I'm so humbled to have the CEO with us here today. I'll just invite him in to hand over the gift to the customer.
Thank you to you for being that 1 millionth customer and helping to create Copia to be the great organisation it is today, that's really focused on bringing great goods and services to customers across the whole of Kenya. This is our thank you to you, and we're so proud that you're using this for the education of your son, Kamau. Kamau, really good luck with your studies. You're studying technology.
Yeah.
When you qualify, come back and apply for a job with Copia. Thank you.
As always, my favorite line by Lao Tzu, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So by now, while I'm covering my career jump in Copia, I am in the 900 miles space, which is so gifted, I would say, and I'm overwhelmed by so much gratitude. Like, when I look back, sometimes we go through life and we're so busy, we kind of don't look back to reflect on the journey that has been. And it's so easy to forget because from even how it works, from my other favorite book, Atomic Habits by James Clear, is how the journey of reward works. Once you've attained what you wanted and you get the reward, you're back to next. What are we doing next? We need to achieve something else. And it's so easy to get onto that journey and not stopping to smell the flowers, smell the roses, be in the space to actually clap for yourself. It's very, very important. So I'm so happy that I have been there to do that through the journey and spending this time to reflect on the journey that has been and sharing it out here. I hope it will be light for someone to actually know you can start from nowhere, go for it, and attain so much. So we were at the December 2019 to July 2022, where I was the urban business manager. And then in July 2022, that was mid-month, I got to start another project. And as I said, the beauty about this, somebody is always watching. You just do your job, know your value systems. I have been very clear on my value systems all through my journey. 1 is integrity, 2, authenticity, 3, fairness. When you know your values and you stick with them, you never look back. You always know why you're here. When you know your why, it becomes easy for you to attain anything that you want in this life. And that is the main guide onto us getting to attain milestones out here. Never lose your light, because that is where your light is. We can easily get distracted. There is that thing that from your heart, from your intuition, from your mind, from your soul. This is what I stand for. It's your inner being, and it's always guiding you. It's always talking to you. And when you go against it, it actually screams. It comes out screaming to you. You can feel it from within telling you, no. We don't do that. We don't do that. And so that is what I have always tried that I can share with everyone, to stick with my value systems. As I've said, integrity, authenticity, fairness. So I will speak in a room when I feel there is no fairness, when I feel there is a party that is going through a tough time and they need backup. I am that person. I will courageously, confidently stand up and defend them, because that is my value system. So may this encourage someone to always go for that. Never shut down your light, because that is your light. That is where you're here. When you know your why, anything is attainable. And so that's how I was approached for a new project. As we know, I mentioned earlier, Copy is an e-commerce company, and we're very big on digital space, digital market. And so I got to take a new role in digital and financial services, which was so amazing. It taught me so much. I always call new teams, new projects, new babies, because that is what they are. You pay all time and attention to them, because that's what you do. What does a mom do when they get a baby? They actually take a maternity leave. They don't work for 3 months because they need to be in the moment, like 100. So that's the same thing I get to do when I get a new role. I give it my all, because you might never know if it will work if you're halfway there. But if you're giving it your all, then you know I actually did the best that I could. And that is the most fulfilling thing. So that's what I got to do with that team. And it was so beautiful. Working with a small team working with a team of managers and associates of about 40 people. And now working with a team of 5, but now across the company, again, working with all the sales associates and the sales managers to run a new baby. It was a very beautiful journey. I actually could do it again. I did that for a very short time. That was from July 2022 to actually somehow December, because January I only did it till the first week. And then I had to change to another role. And as I said, that's the beauty about speaking out, expressing yourself. I'll actually do a video soon about the power of expression. When you want to do something, express, talk it out, share it with your mentor, tell someone out there. I couldn't be who I am today if it's not for the bosses who I call leaders that have guided me through the path, that I've always gone back to for guidance, mentors, both from the copier space and externally, as well as motivation. It's everywhere. So what you consume is what you get to share with the world. So I listen to lots of podcasts. I read a lot of books. It's Happy Humans. It's all about books. So you can relate to that empowerment that comes from engaging yourself in learning spaces. It just gets to rub on everyone you come across in the most positive way, and it's very rewarding. And so I got to be approached for a new role, which is actually a major highlight for me in the 7 years. It's actually so exciting from deep within, because my friends that I have, colleagues turned friends, so we work together, but they're my close friends. They were like, oh, Sophia, that job is gonna challenge you out of your comfort zone. Because there are people who see you, they know you, like they know your strongholds and where you're growing on. So they knew this would get me out of the comfort zone from many things that I get to do. I'll share this with the world. We all have our strongholds, and our strongholds are like 90%. Then we have what we're still working on, and sometimes it's okay to have fears. We have fears, but now it's about, are you ready to confront these fears? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because that is what holds us back. And as I've said, 90% are your strongholds, but 10% are your fears. It's so easy to lose the light of the 90% as you're trying to fix the 10%. I hope you catch that right, yeah? So for my past, the 6.5 years, I've always been there to embrace my strongholds. And with the roles that I've been doing, my strongholds are always ready to embrace the moment. But if there's a task that requires me to challenge my fears, I'm like, avoidance. Avoidance is what happens most of the times. And until you're pushed into a role that avoidance is no longer an option, you actually get out of your comfort zone and you become the best version of yourself. So I'm so happy that happened. In January 2023, I had a new role that had me challenging myself. I'll share this in another video about what have been my greatest fears. One of them, actually two of them, have been the major highlights. Now I can courageously do anything. Bring it on. I will be ready to challenge myself. So those are no longer my fears. Why? Because I embraced the moment. I was very open-minded. I had an option to actually say no. No. I am not ready to confront my fears, so I'm holding back on this role. But what did I do? I was very, very genuine and transparent about it. I said, I may not be good at this thing, but I am ready to challenge myself with a very open mind and do the best that I can with the role. And that is exactly what I got to do. It's been the best part of my journey, I would say. My favorite part, that is being the executive assistant to the CEO of Copia. Such a lovely, lovely experience. You know, there's actually a third fear to that, and I'll share that in this part. Imposter syndrome. Sometimes you might feel like you don't belong in spaces, but those are your spaces. You were made for those spaces. You're meant to be in exactly those spaces. And the reason this happened to me, because I've been in so many spaces with very senior people, but I always show up very confident, ready for it. But now with this new role, I have to confront my fears. You know exactly what that means. You're here, you're working with a very senior person and a very humble person. I'm so glad I've worked with the best CEO. He's been spotted as one of the best CEOs in Africa. How cool is that? So working with him has been such a big learning space for me. And I can say I did the best. And he can confirm that too. He actually did. We had a small party and he got to share that with everyone, which was so beautiful. And I'm so happy that amidst the fears, I got to deliver what was expected of me. And I'm sharing this to encourage us all out there. We create mountains, and back to a book that I love, The Mountain Is You by Brianna West. We create mountains, and we are the mountains. So you just need to let yourself out of the mountain, and it's beautiful. It's now 5 months later, and I'm happy to take on the world. Nothing, absolutely nothing can hold me back. So that has been my greatest lesson with the last role that I have been on, because embracing the moments, being the best version of yourself, it's so calm, it's so peaceful. You wouldn't trade it for anything. And I'm so happy to attain that level of attainment. Thank you so much. As always, what I say here, it's never a goodbye. It's a see you later.